hello, thank you all for being here. And you're all at Slimbridge Wildfowl Trust right now.
Yeah.
Right.
Wildfowl and Wetlands Trust.
Let me just turn
Wildfowl.
it this way. Can you see out the windows? Can you see that?
Oh, it looks wonderful.
Yeah, frozen solid. What a great place to work, eh?
Thanks for all being here. And Christian, you're lead supervisor, is that right?
Yeah, I'm the lead supervisor. My name's Christian Dunn, and I'm based at Bangor University, and I'm a wetland scientist with a speciality in biogeochemistry.
And who wants to go next? Angus?
Yeah, I'm Angus Garbutt. I work for UK Centre for Ecology and Hydrology. I'm a lead scientist for coasts there, and I'm a salt marsh specialist.
Oh, brilliant. And your industrial partner is?
Yeah, I'm Tom Godfrey. I work for Land and Water. I run a division there called Earth Change, which is about delivering high-value ecosystems from land that cannot be built on or farmed.
Right. And finally...
Yeah, hi, I'm Geoff Hilton. I work for the Wildfowl Wetlands Trust. I'm the head of conservation evidence here. So I'm a conservation scientist interested in maximising the benefit of salt marsh and the opportunities that salt marsh brings for biodiversity recovery. Great.
So your project is about salt marshes. Could you walk me through where the idea for this PhD project came from?
Yeah, so we are very interested in looking for different ways of maximizing the value of salt marshes and figuring out how we can commercially deliver new or restore salt marshes. One of the key areas of that is nutrient neutrality, and in particular nitrates. There's a big issue right now around building new houses in the UK, that in 72 local authorities there has to be now nitrates put back, taken out of the system in proportion to every house built. And so the money that developers would pay us to restore salt marshes in that way for their nitrate absorption would fund the restoration and maintenance of salt marshes along the south coast.
Okay.
So that's where the idea for the PhD came from. But then when we start to look at nitrogen and salt marshes, there's actually there's a huge knowledge gap there. We don't fully understand the processes that are going on there. And so that's part of what this PhD will be involved in. It'll be looking at how nitrogen moves through or is sequestered by salt marshes. So that's what part of the project will be.
And will the postgraduate researcher be partly based where you are now?
There is an opportunity for part of the studies to be based here as well for a certain time. Other than that, we're at Bangor in North Wales, Bangor University, and CEH has a base over in Bangor as well, and obviously down on the south coast as well. The student that we'll be looking for is going to have to get into some biogeochemistry. So if you've got any kind of a biology or chemistry kind of background, that might be used. That would be useful. But full training is going to be given, obviously, throughout this project. But it's a multidisciplinary project as well. So it's not just the science side of things when it comes to that. It's also looking at legislation and how could we include nutrient neutrality and salt marshes as part of the answer to nutrient neutrality. So it's going to be the student is going to get a tremendous education in not just the biogeochemistry, but the ecology of salt marshes, but also the commercial and legislation side of things as well.
I run projects on biodiversity, on birds, on cattle grazing, on erosion, and all sorts of different things. So the first year will be really good education on how salt marshes work. We'd like them to go out into the field as well. They can take samples, so they get to know that side of it. And we've also got time for the student to go and sit with WWT and with Land and Water to really understand the kind of the policy framework behind nutrient neutrality and sort of restoration legislation as well. And I think also WWT, you'll be able to host them as well.
Certainly will, yes. So we've got a thriving research department here at Slimbridge, which looks out on the beautiful lake that we've been showing earlier, an interdisciplinary department with social scientists, ecologists, and we'd be very glad to host.
Then looking a bit further forward, what sort of careers are there out there for someone who does this PhD to go into?
we need bright young things in our industry. Land and Water at any one time probably has 10 jobs available, and so depending on whether he or she wants to go into the science, the research side of things, or they actually want to go into the commercial side of it, we have different opportunities, from everything from the creation of salt marshes, because we do a lot of that side of it, so they could get into that, all the way into working alongside me the commercial. So how do you put deals together that pulls different parties, both commercial, third sector and public sector, to drive wetlands forward as an industry and a business.
The NGO sector that I work in is expanding rapidly because of the interest in nature-based solutions, and this PhD will set somebody up, if they wanted to go into the NGO sector, where they could become a policy person, they could stay in science, they could go into delivery.
So we want to make sure that applicants put in the best application they can, and that whoever applies is the right fit. Can they contact you? Who should they contact if they want to ask more questions?
I'm always open to having chats with people before they put in their application, so please get in touch with me. More than happy to have a chat about that. Best way to do that is with my email address, which is c.dunn@bangor.ac.uk. Just send me an email. It'd be great to have a chat.